Thank you. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
I'm really excited to learn about Dragon Age today. This is my first time experiencing it.
Yeah, Nora's never played Dragon Age before.
I don't know her.
Is my... Okay, we have a new problem.
Oh no. What's the problem?
Can you guys see through the Discord stream the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so why is it not showing up on my actual stream?
You might need to like tab into the PowerPoint and see if it
I already
works.
tried that!
Oh no, that's what happened when I tried.
Oh, your stream really does look like yours right now.
I know, right?
Looks fantastic. Anything for Manfred.
Anything for Manfred. Anything at all. So is it just the PowerPoint itself?
Now I
I know,
No,
I
we
still
see
have
the
the game
big
up! Don't look at me!
God, I wish that were me.
The thing is, Okaneth, is that it literally doesn't matter because I stream my entire PC. So it literally, it doesn't care what kind of window I have. Because it's kind of the same as a display capture almost, except that it's through a capture card. But the capture card can't differentiate between programs, it just captures everything. And I mean, it's streaming to Discord fine.
Yeah.
Which
wanna-
maybe that itself is the problem. Maybe it can't stream to two things at once.
That'd
Yeah,
be
maybe
weird.
try closing the Discord one.
Yeah.
And then see if it shows.
I'm gonna be really mad if it does. I feel like I've done this before though. And it worked fine.
Yeah. Have you tried refreshing your browser source?
Okay, it's there now.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Alright, let me see if maybe if I
Yeah, try
start
it.
the stream now
Yeah.
that Waterdo's already not Waterdo, OBS is already using it.
Technology, turning it
Like
off and on
tech?
again?
Now nothing is it's like
I see
Now
it's loading
OBS is not
It's
seeing
loading.
anything.
Yeah.
Or Discord, huh?
yeah.
Great. Okay. Well, I guess you guys are gonna get the full nerd experience.
This is just the opposite of you looking at my Twitch for everything. Even though I stream it to Discord to you. Oh, so it has some tech.
Oh.
So I
Help.
literally just explained why this is not a thing for me because I use two PCs.
Could
What-
you
what-
stream
what?
your OBS to us?
That's what I just did. Did it not go?
Oh.
It says stream paused. And
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me just
perpetually
stop
loading.
the stream again and then
Yeah.
go to OBS. Go live.
Hello? It says stream pause
Hello?
again. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, it's still paused.
All right. It says swap to your application to resume. I'm in OBS. I have OBS focused.
Yeah, it's not working. This is weird.
Okay,
Are you just
okay,
window
okay, hold on.
capturing the OBS?
Hold on. Hold on.
Holding.
Holding?
If you see anything that you shouldn't see, don't. Stop receiving. But you can see it now,
see
right?
this. Yes, I can see it.
All right.
Jump scared me! That was so loud!
Something happened.
I'm
Well, I
sorry.
can hear
am
the
I too
music
loud?
too.
Oh yeah, I can hear the music. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear the music.
Oh, you can
Oh,
hear the
yeah.
music too?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's,
can.
that's actually kind of cool, but it just jump scared me because it was really loud.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
Oh,
music
it's
at
really
all.
quite quiet for me. That's funny.
Oh,
I was
okay.
about to pull up like Spotify and play like some Dragon Age music for myself. So this helps.
Yeah, I like this. It works.
Yeah. I get to
Okay.
snoop around Vel's OBS now.
For all you people in chat, music, audios, everybody audible? The music's not too loud. Testing, Don. You think we tested this shit? You think I test things?
You think we're professionals?
There's music. Oh, Val, it might. Are you? You might not be outputting the music. Did you double check? Because they can't hear anything, or maybe it's too soft.
I can turn the music up a little bit. It's fairly quiet because it's the
Oh, okay.
Dragon Age
Background.
BGM. And I don't want to
Yeah.
turn it up too much because I'm afraid there might be like battle music might start or something, and then we're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
loud.
It's better if you're louder. So this is fine.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason I think because OBS captures it at max volume, so it's quite loud for me, and I'm assuming you as well. But it's okay because we can turn that down. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true, Oakneth. I've heard that a lot of people have to turn my stream all the way to max. And I'm like, I don't know how, I don't know why, because like all of my OBS like maxes out. Like my mic is almost always in the red.
Mm. And yeah, you don't have your mic turned down or anything, so weird. They just have hearing loss.
Don't
What?
say correct things in chat. Stop that.
You have me at 75%. Okay, well everybody's audio setup is different, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can turn the music down a little bit.
Turn it
I
down a
think.
little bit. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm happy to like mute OBS and then turn your stream back on to listen, and then like
Oh my god.
back and forth. It's okay. The music being present is good because then it distracts everyone from being able to hear the hammering that's going on.
Okay, I think it's just a tiny bit lower, just in case it gets to a loud song.
Mm-mm.
Right there. I think I'm gonna leave it right there.
Okay.
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 All right.
All right.
We did it. We fixed it. We fixed everything. Yippee! Let me go back over here so you guys don't have to look at this fucking yellow fluxed out screen anymore. All right. Okay. Hello. Hi. We're skipping all. I'm not saying hello to every single one of you. You get a group hi and you're good. You guys
And you'll
want to
be happy
introduce?
with it.
You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Kals. I'm resident Dragon Age Dum Dum, and they're gonna teach me about the game and lore and stuff. I hope we learn really a lot together. I didn't even introduce myself. I like to draw. And
Hell yeah.
I like playing gacha games and Warframe and Final Fantasy 14. Yippee!
Hi, I'm Nur.
Hi,
I'm
Kels,
here.
but not Val. Okay. Damn.
Oh,
look at you,
wow.
Sean.
What? Oh my god.
Oh, I thought I made a NER command. Oh no, it's Monday. The command
Oh.
is exclamation point Monday. That's what my problem is.
Why is it Monday?
Because our collab is always on Monday.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right, it's
yeah.
always on Monday.
Okay. Yes. So, me and Nur are huge Dragon Age fans. Even though Nur has never played a Dragon Age game in her life.
Yeah, I've never done that. Don't look at my Steam, please.
And Kels is looking to get a refresher, so here we are. We're gonna refresh Kels's memory,
Mhm.
hopefully. And also, she's never played Origins or Dragon Age 2.
Actually,
there's
I
that.
played a tiny bit of both.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Well,
when I Yeah, I've played Origins, I think up to the part where like I get a dog and then I met a guy in a cage and then that's all I remember.
Wow. That is literally like you took. Okay, you played the Origin itself, so maybe 25 minutes?
Yeah.
Kelsey saw like a dude in the cage, like, this game isn't for me. I'm out of here.
Oh no. Okay, so I'll just go to the next slide. I just have a couple things I want to disclaim here. Just like a wall of text. First of all, I am only covering the stuff from the main game, so Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm not going to do anything that has to do with the novels or the comics or anything like that. They really only add, like, you can get some deeper insight into characters that way, but they're not really important as far as understanding what's happening in the games, if that makes sense. And most of this is from memory. I only double-checked a couple things, because I threw this together in one day. So, I only double-checked a couple things against the wikis. If I'm wrong about something, Nerd can slap me, unless it's about Anders, because she's biased.
I'm not biased.
You're 100% biased.
I'm not.
I'm also going to be leaving a shit ton of things out, because if I were to cover actually the entirety of Dragon Age, we would be here for days.
Yes.
So I am only focusing on things that are important for if you want to play Veilguard, which means that the vast majority of Origins is not important.
I mean, and also the game's shit, so.
The game is extremely old. It's true. So first, I thought maybe we could go with some refreshers for like the special words that Dragon Age uses for things in the world. Okay, so this is going to be magic related terms. I don't like. I don't want to be just like spewing words at you guys, but so I put some pictures in.
A very nice picture of the Fade.
Thank you. You guys like pictures, right?
I love pictures. I
Very
can't
visual
read,
learner.
so.
So we have the Fade. It's kind of integral to the world of Dragon Age. It's sort of the best way to describe it to me is like a parallel dimension. So it's directly connected to the world itself. And it's inhabited by demons and spirits and like magical things that are non-corporeal, basically. And this is where magic comes from in the world of Dragon Age. And it's very green. I don't know why it's always green. I also don't know why my screen is not really light all of a sudden.
Wow.
I fixed it.
Also, here is
She's doing her
Dragon Age
brightness
Veilguard.
settings right now.
Okay, so related to the Fade, we have the Veil, okay, which is literally just a barrier that separates the Fade from the rest of the world. So, like, this is what, because they're like, imagine that these two worlds are touching, and there's just a little tiny barrier in between the two of them that's the only thing that stops them from bleeding into each other. All you need to know is that it exists.
Yes.
And we
So-
have
so
blood
the-
magic.
The veil is just like basically what's keeping the Fade from bleeding into the real world. It's
Yes.
just like a barrier.
Yeah.
Okay. A little
Yeah, it is literally a veil but magical, so that the Fade, like demons and spirits and shit, don't have free reign to come and go from our world, from the real world, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so we have blood magic, which is obviously it's, magic that is powered by blood, but the important thing to note here is that it usually involves demons because, I don't know, it's blood.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
that deep.
the big asterisk is that mages can only learn blood magic by making a deal with the demon. So that's why it's so illegal.
More or less,
Oh.
yes.
Yeah.
There's some asterisks there on like
Yeah.
other things and whatever, but primarily the only way a mage is gonna know how to use blood magic is if they made a pact with a demon. So that's why it's very illegal, very dangerous. There is some contention among mages that will argue that like, oh well, it's just another tool, so it only matters, it's only evil if you use it for evil. Is an argument that some people will make. But generally speaking, demons.
Yeah, demons. Yay!
Is it
Yeah, and you can
possible
use
to
it.
do? Oh, sorry.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Is it possible to do blood magic with like items? Are there like magic infused things that you can do that with, or is it mainly just like a demon pact type situation?
Well,
What
it's
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So there's items that utilize blood magic. Like for instance, there's an item in Dragon Age World called a phylactery, which stores blood. It's not quite blood magic, but it's very close to blood magic,
Mm.
Mhm.
and
you can't
doesn't involve
channel?
demons.
Oh, okay. So you can't like, I don't know if I'm like a demon cursed an object or something. They can't just use that to like do blood magic per se, because they don't necessarily have like that connection to like the demonic magic that allows you to do this.
So the way that magic works is you pull. So the Fade is the source of magic, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
And when a mage uses magic, they're pulling from the Fade. So they're basically pulling through the veil, and this is part of what makes them a mage, is because they have like a greater connection to the Fade.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're pulling magic through the Fade in order to use it to affect the real world. And with blood magic, it's not about like, I mean, obviously it utilizes blood. That's why it's called blood magic. And
Right.
it can be either the caster's blood or someone else's blood.
Right.
But you have to like know how to use it, just in the same way that like you don't just magically know how to light a fire as a mage. You have to like, you might unintentionally use magic to light a fire as a mage, but in order to learn how to control it, how to use it, you have to have some kind of knowledge base, and blood magic is the same
Right.
way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have lyrium.
It's so pretty.
It's very pretty. Don't touch it.
Okay.
I can't eat it.
No, it's not candy.
It's poison. It's like forbidden candy. It's like a Tide Pod.
Yes,
Oh, no.
it is 100% forbidden candy. This is a addictive substance. So if you start using it, you become addicted to it. And
Oh.
it's controlled by the Chantry, which we'll get into who the Chantry is in a little bit. And because I kept going like, oh my god, what order do I put these in? They all refer back and forth to each other. There's no way around it. And it's mined by dwarves, because dwarves are special because they're not connected to the Fade. So they're the only race that's not connected to the Fade.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yes, so this is why they can mine lyrium semi-safely. I should say part of the reason.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the Templars, which are basically the Chantry soldiers, use it to fight mages because everybody hates mages for the most part. They're very oppressed. However, there's a special thing. Oh my god, I keep doing this.
Oh no.
Oh no! Stop making the screen lighter.
This is like a
Um,
subliminal message.
That's kind of what it feels like, isn't it? So we have this lyrium, right? And it kind of looks like, you know, it's got these little branching little things, right? Like, you might think, oh, it kind of looks like a tree. Well, it also kind of looks like veins. And so
Oh.
lyrium is actually the blood of titans, which are an ancient being. But we don't really know a lot about the titans, so we're not gonna get into it. All we really know is that titans are fucking ancient as shit, and lyrium is their blood.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that there's a version of the lyrium which is red instead of blue,
Oh my
and
God.
it's blighted is kind of what we know of it. And speaking of blight, blight is a sickness, basically a corruption. Oh no, you guys are in the way of the text.
Uh-oh.
I gotta make myself shorter. Do I
Chop
have a
off my
shorter
legs.
PNG?
I'm gonna move you guys. Where are you guys? Right here.
I'm here.
Why are there two of you?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh
no. The veil is weakening.
Save yourselves, please.
I really
Maybe
don't know why there's two of
you might have to, like, I don't know, make the windows smaller.
You know what? We're just gonna all become smaller real quick.
Okay.
Small.
We're all going down together.
All right, let's go.
I don't need a body.
Where
I
am
am
I?
just a concept.
Oh, here I am. This one? Make us all
Yeah.
Perfect! Perfect. Everybody's still
Yeah.
visible.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the blight. It's incurable. It's this sickness or corruption. It's kind of both a sickness and a corruption. But the only way you can kind of get away with not dying immediately is if you become a Grey Warden, which is another thing we'll get into shortly.
Okay.
And so in the bottom here, you kind of can't see either of them, but that's okay. These are Darkspawn. They're monsters, which are just created from creatures that have been infected with the blight. And then there is a special term for dragons when they get the blight, which is called an archdemon, and they're able to control all the other Darkspawn if they get infected.
Oh.
And then they usually lead the Darkspawn in like an attack on the world. Then we have a whole bunch of places.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Is that a map?
That's a map.
Whoa. I
Whoa.
love maps.
So
Oh my
the
God.
most important places to know ahead of time would be Ferelden. It's down here at the bottom. Big
Mhm.
country, very rural. They like dogs.
They really like dogs.
They
a
really
lot.
like dogs. That's like 80% of their personality.
It's like who their dog is, what their dog's name is. That's all they know.
That's all they know. The other 20% of their personality is hating mages.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, they really don't like
They
mages.
really don't like mages. Okay, so we've got Ferelden over here. And then we've got this huge area over here is Orlais. They're French.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's where Lonnie's from.
Hon hon baguette.
Yes, they're French. That's about all you need to know about them. Oh, and they like masks. I guess that might be worthwhile, maybe.
Yeah, they
Oh.
love masks.
They love
Like,
masks. They love masquerades. They're
huge-
very fancy and posh for being kind of backwater rural people still.
Mhm.
There is a kind of an important asterisk with Orlais. They are the seat of the divine, which is the leader of the
Ooh.
chantry.
It's a fantasy pope.
A fancy
Oh.
pope. Exactly,
Yeah.
yes. 100%. So fancy pope is here.
Yeah.
And then we have the Free Marches, which is where Dragon Age 2 takes place.
Oh.
Yeah. So the free marches are there. It's like an area, but it's also a collection of city-states. So you have just a bunch of cities that are kind of independent from each other, but they make up the free marches.
Okay.
It's really 3, but only one of them is important, and
Yeah.
that's Kirkwall.
Love Kirkwall.
Love Kirkwall. Would not ever want to be there.
I would hate living there, but I love Kirkwall. Probably the worst place to be in all of
Actually
Dragon
the
Age.
worst place to be, but man, I love Kirkwall. And then we have the Tevinter Imperium. And this is just about the only place on this entire map. Well, Navarra's okay too, but the only place on this entire map where mages are in power.
Oh.
Every place else, all of everywhere else around here, they're like, man, mages are sus. Mages just get infected by demons and start killing people. Man, we gotta lock those mages up. Every place else is like that except for the Tevinter Imperium and kind of Navarra, but especially Tevinter Imperium.
Mage Central. Love it.
Yeah. Then we have Antiva. There's not a whole lot that goes on with Antiva in the previous games, but there's a lot of people from Antiva, and they have like, how would you describe them, Nur?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah.
But like Walmart brand Spanish.
Like not good Spanish, but like really bootleg Spanish.
Really bootleg Spanish, 100%.
Oh dear.
They don't even pronounce some of the words correctly.
Ole.
Yeah.
There's one character who says mierda a lot, and Okaneth immediately was like, wait, that's not how you, that is the most un-Spanish way to pronounce that ever.
Oh no.
Then we have, so up here, this little tiny little itty bitty bit is Parvolin.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very,
Why so
very.
small?
Oh my god! Stop! I gotta slowly message you guys. It happens if my cursor goes too far up to the top.
Oh no.
Parvolin is at war with Tevinter.
Oh.
Okay, so these two hate each other, and Parvolin is primarily inhabited by a people called Kunari, which we will get into again later.
I remember
I think it might
those.
be the next slide, huh?
I remember those.
Yeah! We love the Kunari.
Yeah.
But because these two are so far away from each other, this little island right here is like their battleground.
Oh
Saharan.
no.
Yeah, so instead of fighting directly with each other, they've been fighting a lot right here because it's kind of in between the two of them.
Well, it's nice that they're not messing up each other's place, but I feel bad for whoever lives there.
Yeah, you should basically feel very bad for them.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's really bad. And then this entire, all of the world, all of everything is called Thetis. So Thetis is Earth, basically. Okay, organizations. So this is where we're getting into the Chantry and stuff.
Oh no, hate the
Oh
Chantry.
god, we hate the Chantry. Oh wait, we have to go over the Grey Wardens first. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Chantry is later. It's under religion. We'll get there.
Wait, sorry to go back, but didn't Thetis stand for something? I feel like I remember hearing about that.
Yes, it
How do I go
stands for
back?
the Dragon Age setting.
Aha!
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
that's so
it does.
crazy.
It's an acronym
It's such
that
a
they
good
just-
name too.
Yeah, it's a fantastic name, but it's so funny.
It is very funny. Little trivia things that come up about Dragon Age. Wait, for real? Yes, for real, Soot.
Yeah, it is
Yeah, it's
the
the-
Dragon Age setting.
Dragon Age setting. The DOS.
That's so
Thetis.
crazy. I should start implementing that when I come up with names for things.
Yeah.
You should. Clearly, it works.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, what were you saying?
Okay, I was talking about the organization. So the Grey
Yes.
Wardens, I mentioned them earlier. These are the people who are dedicated to fighting the Blight, so the corruption with all the monsters. And this is their little symbol. This is like their heraldry.
Griffin.
This on
Oh,
all
it
their
looks
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. They how to say it? They are a very kind of exclusive club almost, because in order to become a Grey Warden, you have to drink Darkspawn blood.
Oh, that's what you did in the first game.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep. So in the first
Okay.
game, you become a Grey Warden by drinking Darkspawn blood. And a lot of people who become Grey Wardens are actually originally criminals, because the
Oh.
Grey Wardens are like kind of considered above the law per se. Not that after you become a Grey Warden that you can just go around murdering people or anything like that, but the Grey Wardens are allowed to conscript people. Even if they're like on death's row or something, they can conscript them and be like, yoink, I take you, you're gonna fight the Darkspawn now.
Mm.
And when I cover Dragon Age Origins later, we'll talk a little bit more about Grey Wardens. But that's just kind of a base of knowledge of what they are, what they do. And we have the Antivan Crows.
Oh, I love them.
We love them. They're very cool. Honestly, they're not actually that important to most of the rest of the game, but we love them.
We're just a little biased for this group.
Was that
They're
their symbol's
cool.
so cool?
Yeah, they're cool. So, you know,
Crows.
they're crows. They're Antivan, which is, again, Walmart brand Spanish.
You can go there and hear the worst Spanish ever, but they're so hot, so you don't mind it.
Yes, exactly. The guy you don't like, which guy is the one you don't like? Zevran? He's an
love
Antivan crow.
Zevran.
But also, how could you not like Zevran?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, so they're based in Antiva, which, like, oh my god, I gotta stop doing that.
We're gonna
Just-
play Dragon Age Veilguard.
You should play it. The thing is that they are kind of the ruling force of Antiva. So Antiva is technically a monarchy, but the monarchy doesn't really do much of anything. They're more of a puppet king than anything else. But the guilds in Antiva have all the power, and particularly the crows. We love them.
That's so cool.
Thumbs up.
Love them.
And then we have the Magisterium, which is the ruling body of the Tevinter Imperium. So, like I said before, the Tevinter Imperium is ruled entirely by mages. So, the Magisterium is the mages that are in power specifically. They're like a council. And they are called magisters. So, you can be a mage and not be a magister. There's a lot of jokes in Dragon Age about, like, any mage from Tevinter is a magister, but it makes them mad when you call them a magister when they're not a magister.
Oh. So the magisters aren't in exactly great standing.
Well, it depends on who you talk to, but it's because some of them are mad because, like, oh, you're ignorant or whatever. It's kind of that angle more than anything else. Like, oh, you don't know anything. We grant you a seat on the council, but not the rank of master.
Star Wars nerd.
Everyone point at the Star Wars nerd.
Star Wars nerd in my chat, right in front of my salad. Okay, we do. Now we have the Chantry.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck the Chantry.
Yeah, fuck the Chantry. All my
Fuck the
homies hate the Chantry.
All
Every
my
fantasy game is like, fuck the church.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is also the Church of Andraste, which Andraste is like a holy figure. She's really not that important. There's a couple like symbols that are fairly important. You have the sun, which is like the symbol of the Chantry itself. And then we have the sword, which can be depicted either upright like this or down. It can be like flipped. It doesn't matter. And that's like the church's army. So they're the ones that carry out the orders of the Chantry itself. And then we have this one on the right is the circle symbol, and this is where they put all the mages. So
okay.
yeah, so the Templars' whole thing is like fighting mages and keeping mages basically locked up. And they call those they're usually towers, and they put the mages in there. They like take kids as soon as they find out the kid is a mage. They like take the kid and they put him in a tower with all the other mage kids, and they're like, all right, this is where you're gonna live the rest of your life now.
Yep.
What the fuck?
And
yeah,
if
and
you...
also, yeah, and also they're not allowed to like get into relationships or anything. Like they're just kind of like there.
Yes, yeah. They take the magic kids from their parents and put them in a temple. Shut up, you Star Wars nerd!
Oh my god!
Is there actually
Yeah.
is there a reason why like the sword would be flipped like in tarot card? Like does it mean something?
Oh
if it's,
no,
like,
it does not
reversed?
mean anything. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just aesthetics.
It's
Oh, okay.
it's just like because they have it like put on their armor and their shields and stuff. So typically you'll see it pointed up if it's on like a banner, but you'll see it pointed down if it's on like a shield or an armor piece or something like that. And it's really just it's just aesthetic. It's doesn't have
Whatever
any
looks
meaning.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah, so the circles are prison, and they're not great. They're in fact very bad. Because, you know, generally speaking, being ripped from your family and put into a prison is not great. But
Yep.
there's also like really bad things that go down in the circles because the Templars have all the power. And basically, you know, have free reign to do whatever the fuck they want. Inside of those circles, inside of those towers. So not a great relationship here. But if you manage to not get put in mage prison, then you're called an apostate. And that's just any mage that's not in the church's mage prison. Whether you like escaped from there or if you were raised outside of there, like if your family hid you, because some families will do that, like instead of letting their kid get snatched away, they'll be like, no, we gotta hide our kid. Or if you live out in the middle of nowhere or something, sometimes that happens.
So they're not like special like circle mages that they're like, okay, I'm gonna give you a job, so then now you have to like
Nope.
go out there. So they're just
Nope.
like they're hidden mages pretty much. Okay.
Yeah, circle mages do sometimes get sent out on jobs, but they're still just called circle mages, and they're kept
Okay.
they're kind of like taken around by Templars. They don't get to go off on their own. They have like an escort.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and like in like Tevinter, where the mages have power, it is not that situation too. So, but in most of the countries, like that's kind of the situation.
Yeah, like the Chantry exists in Tevinter, but it's completely
Right.
different. Like the role of the Templars and the Chantry itself are more like they don't have anything to do with the mages. But that's like a Tevinter only situation. And you learn about that more in Veilguard than in the previous games. So generally speaking, the situation is almost always that Chantry, big, powerful, Templars, big, evil, oppressed mages.
So wait, I forget, but was Inquisition in Tevinter? I don't remember.
No. So all of the previous games are set in Hold on. All of the previous games are set down here in the southern Thedas region.
Oh.
So Ferelden, Orlais, and the Free Marches.
Okay.
So we've never touched anything that's in the north, but we've had a lot of characters that are from the northern areas.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I played a mage in Inquisition, and I didn't realize all this, so I was like, well, a lot of people hate my ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mage is the most fun to play, like from a, in my opinion, from a like a lore-wise perspective, because you get a lot of unique dialogue options because of the situation that mages are in the world of Thedas.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're getting into like more of like the I don't know how to call it, like the doctrine. Is that how they call it in religion?
I guess.
Whatever.
I don't know
The
this.
scripture. There we go. Of the Chantry, which there's three kind of important terms or like things to know about in relation to the Chantry's beliefs, which is
Right.
that there's these three things: the Golden City, the Maker, and Andraste. The Maker is God. So they think the world was made by the Maker. So obviously that's why his name is the Maker.
Yeah.
And then the Golden City is kind of like God's house, which is believed to be in the Fade, so in the magic world. And then there's also a belief that the reason that Blight exists is because mages, specifically Tevinter mages, invaded the Golden City and pissed off the Maker.
Oh.
So they kind of think that the Blight is like divine retribution, sort of.
Right.
Obviously that doesn't mean they want everybody to die.
Yeah.
But that's what they think. And then they have Andraste, who's like a historical figure that comes up a lot whenever you talk to like Chantry people. She is kind of like Jesus.
Yeah, it's Jesus.
Oh, okay.
She's
I was
Jesus.
like, is she Jesus, Mother Mary, or a saint? Like, I don't
We're Jesus, except like if
Jesus?
Jesus was the wife instead
Yeah,
of the
Jesus
son.
if he
Okay.
was the wife instead of the son.
Okay. We're all children of Jesus.
Okay, and then we have one last thing that's related to the Chantry, which is the Tranquil, which is a really fucked up thing that the Chantry does to mages. So you see this sun symbol that's like their emblem. What they do is they have like a special like heated poker brand thing, okay? And they take, and it's got this sun symbol on the end, and they take it and they shove it on your forehead.
Oh.
So then you have this sun symbol on your forehead. And when they do it, it's like a magical poker stick brand thing. When they do it, it cuts the mage off from the Fade entirely. So they can no longer cast magic. So it's to make mages quote unquote safe. But
Oh my God.
they also can't feel anything anymore, and they can't dream anymore.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
yeah, it's very fucked up. So you see like they have and they almost always use these Tranquil as like menial labor people. So you'll see them like running shops or like doing heavy labor or anything like that. Like mundane tasks, they will make Tranquil do it.
Little drones.
Yeah, like little drones. Yeah, exactly.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's very fucked up. And there's no undoing it. So that you can like temporarily reconnect a Tranquil person to the Fade, and they will like have a moment where they can feel things again and like be themselves. But it's always temporary.
Yep.
And can it happen multiple times or just the one?
Well,
Like reconnection.
usually they die afterwards.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because usually when they get that reconnection back, they are basically like, "This is really like I feel miserable."
Yeah, they usually are like, "Please kill me."
Yeah.
Or they're like, the connection itself is, because they're still technically tranquil, so it's like forcing a piece back into place, like forcing the wrong jigsaw puzzle piece into a spot.
oh, that's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah, so it has the potential to kill them, but also they kind of want to die anyway when you when you make them like be able to feel their situation again.
Gonna answer Okanut's question, but typically tranquility is only done for like mages who are considered a danger. Like, as an example, if they find someone who's doing blood magic, they'll be like, okay, we'll make them tranquil. But sometimes in really bad circles with like really abusive Templars, they can just do it for any reason.
Oh.
Yeah, they will use it as like a threat to coerce a mage, or like just, I don't like this mage, so we're gonna make him tranquil. You know, that is something, because the Templars don't have anybody to keep them in check. They do end up abusing their powers and that kind of thing in some areas. But the intent is for tranquility to only be used on basically criminal mages.
Yeah.
People doing like
But there's
super
also
illegal stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also there is so every mage is basically forced, every mage in the circle is basically forced to go through a oh my gosh, nerd, what do they call it?
I forget
like
the
it's
name,
like
but
an
I know what you're talking about.
initiation.
Yeah.
The
forget what it's
harrowing.
called,
Thank
though.
you, Okaneth. Oh my gosh, I could
yeah.
not remember the word. They have to go through a harrowing, which is basically they're forced to confront a demon, basically, which is kind of fucked up. And it's a test. The mage has to say no. If they fail, then they get possessed by a demon and die, or they get made tranquil, one or the other. And every mage is forced to go through that. If they don't pass the harrowing, then they're fucked, basically.
Yep.
Are these like circle mages specifically?
Yes, circle
like
mages specifically.
Oh, okay.
So this is a practice that they do within the circles.
Oh, okay.
It's like a rite of adulthood, I think.
Yes, yeah. So it's primarily like young adults being forced to do this.
Damn, ruthless.
Okay, and then we have these are kind of more like quick notes, because there's a lot of, I don't know how to say, conflicting information
Yeah.
with the Dalish and the stone and the ancestors for the elves. These are the elven and dwarven religions, basically. So elves in general are another like oppressed group. They were previously primarily slaves. Yes, yep. Thumbs up.
I played an elf mage and it was
Beautiful.
I just hit the lottery right there.
Oh dear. Thank you so much.
Yeah, everybody hated my ass. It's crazy.
So the Dalish are specifically elves who live out in their own like little groups. They typically are like kind of nomadic. So they move around a lot. They live in very isolated groups, and their goal is to try and reclaim the original elven culture, because most of it has been lost to time, and you know, the fact that they used to be slaves, so a lot of it was just obliterated by that.
Yeah.
So they're entirely just guessing off of the bits and pieces that they can find, and different Dalish groups will have, because they're so isolated and nomadic, different Dalish groups will have slightly different, you know, versions of things, even if they have kind of the same base. And then we have the dwarves. They worship their ancestors and the stone, which is really just, you know, the earth, because they're fucking dwarves, and, you know, that's basic dwarf shit. But I had mentioned them earlier, the Titans. So the Titans are related to the stone. But a lot of dwarven religion is also lost, not because of oppression, but because of the blight. So they've lost a lot of their culture to the destruction of Darkspawn, like invading their homes and stuff.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So the ancestors are their primary religion, and the stone is just kind of like a background note to their culture. Tree hugger. Yes, I'm an elf. I play elves.
I play elves too. You can't take this from me.
They're hot.
Yeah, they're hot.
They're hot. Oh my god, you too. Ooh.
Hi, Eden.
Yes, long ears. Long ears,
Yeah.
good.
It's their charm point.
It is.
Oh my god, wasn't there
Oh
like...
my god, Iron Bull.
Oh my god.
Wasn't there what? Wasn't there what?
Wasn't there like an insult that people had for them? I forgot.
Knife ears?
Sure.
Knife
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
about you. That's a cool ass like.
It's a cool name.
It's a really
sounds
cool name.
cool.
It makes it sound
What
like
do you
we're
mean that's an
dangerous. Like, that
insult?
sounds great.
Yeah.
It's metal.
Like, why? Thank you. My ears are sharp.
No, there are not cat people in Dragon Age. I'm so sorry.
Aww.
Okay, so now we have the Kunari.
Iron Bull.
Iron Bull. I
Iron
love
Bull.
these guys. I think
I've
this
seen
is
so much of this guy.
this is by far one of my favorite lore points of Dragon Age, but it's a lot. It is it's complicated too, okay? Cuz Kunari is both a religion and a race.
Oh.
Yes. So correct. So the Kunari themselves are the race of the people with the horns and, you know, all that. But they also follow something called the Qun, which is a body of text or like an ideology that the society of the Kunari is based on, all the people in Parvolan, which is the country I mentioned earlier, they all follow the Qun. Okay. But not every Kunari follows the Qun, because the Kunari is a race, and not everybody in the race necessarily is from Parvolan or carries the same beliefs. So then you have Talvashoth, which are the Kunari who have left the Qun.
So like Iron Bull? I forget.
Yes, so like Iron Bull. Iron Bull is...
Okay.
Well, that gets into a whole other thing, because technically when you start the game, he's not Talvashoth. He's still a Kunari. He still follows the Qun at the beginning of Inquisition. And then whether or not he actually becomes Talvashoth is based on your decisions. So if there's like one specific like breaking point where either he becomes Talvashoth or he does not. And the correct option is to have him be Talvashoth.
Yeah, it's like one of the few choices where you're like, why would you choose the other option?
Yes, why would you choose the other option? That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really fucked up.
So the Qun is based around this idea that basically everyone has a specific role in life, and their whole society is based on collectivism and no individuality. Individuality is kind of a sin in Kunari society. So everybody is referred to by their role. So like you would call like a caretaker is a Tamasran, and they don't have a name. They're just the Tamasran.
Oh.
So the Iron Bull is a spy actually from the Kunari and he admits that to you to your face. He's like, yeah, I'm a spy for the Kunari, like, but I'm gonna help you out because they want me to. Basically, he's following orders.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't remember what this is my next thing. So to the people in the Qun who follow the Qun, everybody who's not a Kunari, like that is not a Kunari and is not a Tal Vashoth, is a boss, which is people who are not Kunari and don't follow the Qun. They're just a thing.
Oh.
Yes. So they're very anti people who don't follow the Qun.
Yep.
Their whole thing is trying to convert people or conquer them. One or the other.
I see.
Yes. And then off of that, they have the Sarebas, which is Kunari mages. So you think the Chantry treats their mages bad?
It's worse.
The Kunari are
worse.
like, bet. So the Kunari refer to their mages as a dangerous thing. That they don't get a role. They're just dangerous thing, and they will actually sew up the mouths of their mages. They still use them, but they sew up the mouth of their mages, and they have like a specific person who is assigned to be like their leash, their collar.
Oh.
Yeah. So extremely anti-mage. They're anti-anything magic. So demons, spirits, mages, they're all like, that's bad. Okay. And then so we have the Arishok. So the Sarebas would automatically be in the military because they use the power. Like, even though they hate the mages and they think they're dangerous and terrible and whatever, they still use them as like a tool for war. So they would be under the Arishok, who's the commander of the Antam, which is the military branch of the Kunari, which is actually probably one of the more important parts of this whole Kunari thing. As far as like specific terms go and not just like culturally knowledge wise. The Antam, they're the military branch.
You're like the Kunari Chantry.
Huh?
The Kunari, not the Chantry, the what do you call them?
The Templars?
Templars, yes.
Yeah. They're basically the equivalent of the Templars are to the Chantry as the Antam is to the Qun.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is separate from the Antam. We have the Ben Hasrath, which is what Iron Bull is. So Iron Bull, lovely, love him. He's a Ben Hasrath. Which is that they are the spies. They do, like, if somebody is starting to break away from the Qun, they have, like, people who are specialized in re-educating them, which is really just torture. That's what it is. They torture you until you go back to the Qun or they kill you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then, I already talked about the Antam, so whatever with that. There's a shit ton more, but I tried to condense it down to like these are the most used, most talked about things with the Kunari. I had to get a drink. Sorry. There's this awkward silence while I get a drink.
Got a lot to get through.
Huh?
Yay.
Oh yeah,
She's got a lot to get through.
She's talking. Finally, we're actually at a game.
Oh my god. Look at all that blood.
Look at all that
Has
blood.
anything to do with the games.
Whoa! It's the first game.
The very
Boy,
first
does it show
game.
it.
A lot of shit happens.
Yeah.
None of it's important anymore.
Oh.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, so the vast majority of Dragon Age Origins is not important because it all takes place in Ferelden, which is all the way in the south. And it happened a long time ago now, because it's at least 20 years ago, because Dragon Age 2 starts at the same time as Origins, but ends several years after it. And then Inquisition takes place like 10 years after that or something. And then Veilguard is another 10 years after that. So it's like probably close to what we figured out the math previously, but I didn't want to do it again. Like 29 years or something.
It's like so Origins and Dragon Age 2 technically start at the same time, and it lasts a year. And then there's 9 years for Dragon Age 2 after the end of Origins. So there's 9 years. I think it's like 1 or 2 years or something between 2 and Inquisition.
I thought it was much longer.
No, it wasn't that
because
long.
I always thought we were like, man, this is unreasonable that Inquisition is so far after Dragon Age 2.
No, it's like I forget the math, but it isn't 10 years. It's just like after the end of 2, it's like, you know, things kind of pop off and then things like start escalating really quickly.
Yeah.
So, and then Inquisition happens. It takes place, I think Inquisition's like 1 or 2 years, I think, or 3. I don't know. But then 2 years after that is Trespasser, and then 9 years after Trespasser is Veilguard. It's really insane.
That's such a
Yeah,
timeline.
so
Yeah.
it's a long fucking time from Origins. And aside from the fact that, yeah, it is a long time from Origins, and genuinely it did happen in a very, like, centralized area of Thedas, it's also just that BioWare and EA didn't want to have to try and make considerations for all the bajillion different world states that you can end up with by the end of Origins.
Right.
Because you can have, like, different people as the ruler of Ferelden, and you can have, like, somebody died or somebody didn't die, or, you know, all these other things.
Yeah.
So they kind of just threw it all out the window. So the vast majority of Origins doesn't matter anymore. I already said that it all takes place in Ferelden, and you play a Grey Warden, which you already knew that. And you're trying to save the world from the Fifth Blight. So the Fifth Blight is being led by an archdemon, which is a blighted dragon. And you gotta save everybody. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Oh my gosh.
But there's one little caveat there, which is knowledge that's worth knowing from this game, which is that you can't just kill an archdemon the normal way. The reason the Grey Wardens are so important is because you can only kill an archdemon using a Grey Warden, because they're connected through the Blight, and if you don't kill them that way, the archdemon will just keep coming back to life, basically. Yeah, so the actual lore of how it works is a little weird. It has something to do with, like, they take the soul of the archdemon, so the dragon, and they have to transfer it to another, like, body and then kill it.
Yep.
Because
That makes sense.
kind of in like a, all right, that's some magical bullshit, but okay.
Yeah.
And it has to be a Grey Warden because their body, it has the blight in them, and that's what connects them to the dragon that's been blighted. So they're
Right.
connected through the blight, and that's why they can house the soul for long enough to kill it.
Damn. So, like, no matter what, basically your character dies at the end.
No, so this is one of the reasons why, again, like, all the choices, because who dies at the end of Dragon Age Origins, or who doesn't die, because there's a little, like, secret in there, varies so much. So that's why they kind of tossed it out the window, because I I don't know if you probably met him, Alistair.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got like blonde hair, fuckboy. So he can die instead of you because he's also a Grey Warden. You can take the fall yourself, of course. Depending on your choices, you can end up with Loghain instead of Alistair in your party. Which Loghain is the father-in-law of the king, and Alistair is the king's bastard son.
Oh.
Yes. So Loghain is like the grandfather-in-law?
Oh.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, however that is. Or just the grandfather? Anyway. Well, no. Because it's the bastard son. He's not actually related at all, but you understand there's a fucked up family connection there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he can be forced to become a Grey Warden and killed in your place as well. Or the other more weird option is you can have Morrigan. You can have her have a kid with either you if you're playing a male, or Alistair if you're not playing a male. And if she has a kid with a special ritual with a Grey Warden, then the kid can house the soul but like not die from it. It's weird. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's a
and
weird
it
ritual.
totally got retconned out of Dragon Age, it seems like. So
Yeah, they're just not talking about it anymore. I was like,
they just
they're
tossed
like
that
leaving
out.
it vague.
Yeah, very, very vague, very, we're not gonna acknowledge that anymore. So that's
Yeah.
why I didn't put it on the PowerPoint. But these two characters are still very important. Morrigan being the daughter of... Oh my god, stop!
What is
Morrigan.
this music that's playing now?
Morrigan being the daughter of Flemeth. And Flemeth is the Witch of the Wilds. In the first game, at least. That's what we know her as.
I do remember her.
Yeah, I like her. She's cool. Oh my god! We're no longer on Dragon Age music. Shit.
We took too
We gotta go
long.
back. We gotta go back.
We have to go
I
back.
was like, oh, this is an interesting addition to Dragon Age OSC.
Do I have a way? Oh,
I
I
was
can
like,
loop this. Hold on.
kind of weird.
There we go. There we go. Now it'll loop. I forgot to turn loop on. Oops. You can tell I'm totally professional and absolutely used to doing this.
Yep.
Okay, so we're done with Origins.
Nothing else is important here.
Yep,
Goodbye,
get that out
Origins.
of here.
Bye. Get out of here.
Get out of here. We gotta get to Dragon Age 2 because it's the best game.
This is the important one.
Maybe I really should play 2.
It's really good.
It is incredible. It's very good. You're gonna get some major spoilers in this PowerPoint, though.
Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, Jack said he's playing it also soon. when you
Yeah, and
guys
Chuck
are
already
ready.
knows all the spoilers, so whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
you
watched-
like,
he
most of our
watched-
playthrough.
Ner play it, yeah.
Yeah.
They remastered it, right? Or something?
No.
No.
Did they not? I feel like.
No. I would love if they would remake Origins and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Origins aged like
Origins aged like shit.
I remember like feeling like, oh, the graphics are so good, but I'm pretty sure if I look at it now, I'll be like, "Bleh."
Dragon Age 2, I think, aged fairly well, honestly. But also, I might be heavily biased. I'm not sure.
No, I think it's aged well. It's just that it has some early, like the early 2010s clunkiness to it.
That's true.
Like,
The controls do
yeah,
get kind of clunky.
Yeah, they're a little clunky on controller, but like, and also, depending on the version you get, you can also like exclusively play on controller or exclusively play keyboard and mouse. You don't have a choice in the matter.
Oh.
Shantan, okay, so Mage and Grey Warden are completely separate concepts. You can be a Grey Warden without being a mage, and you can be a mage without being a Grey Warden. But Grey Wardens are the only ones who can kill archdemons because the Grey Wardens are infected with the blight themselves. They are already corrupted, and that's what makes them a Grey Warden.
Yeah, they drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, they drank the rancid Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it looks so gross.
It does look really gross.
That begs the question, like, if they're already infected, doesn't that make them kind of like a ticking time bomb?
Yes,
Yes.
correct. 100%.
So how do they prevent them from becoming just more demons? Is there a technique to that, or are they just like, well?
There is a concept within the Grey Wardens called the Calling. And it is basically like when you become a Grey Warden, you're connected to the blight, but you're not a Darkspawn yet. But you can kind of feel, because all of the creatures who are infected with the blight are basically connected, and that's how the Archdemon controls all the Darkspawn, is because they're basically a hive mind.
Right.
And the Grey Wardens, through their ritual with the drinking of the Darkspawn blood, are able to delay the full transformation, but not completely stop it. So as a Grey Warden ages, they start to hear the calling more and more, which is basically like the voice of the blight that's trying to give them orders and trying to control them.
Mm-hmm.
And as a Grey Warden ages and they hear it more and more, they get to a point where they basically make a decision that says, okay, I'm too far gone and I have to die.
Yep.
So they will go and basically do like a one last huzzah and usually like go into a heavily infested Darkspawn area in order to like die fighting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's me calling them about their extended warden warranty.
Yeah, but the ticking time bomb from like the time that they drink their Darkspawn Kool-Aid is usually about 10 to 20 years. So that's the kind of time frame.
It's a while.
Usually,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it's
it's
not
usually more
immediate.
towards the 20 years, like a 10 to
Yeah.
30 years. Like there's a pretty
Oh,
big
yeah.
gap depending on like what age you were when you drank it, how, you know, what's your mental fortitude, like things like that. There's like a lot of variables in there.
Mm-hmm.
Whew,
Get the
okay.
soda. Try and get as many as they get. Yep. Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh my god. So, Dragon Age 2 starts at the same time as Dragon Age Origins. So you play a character whose last name is Hawk, but everybody just calls them Hawk all the time. That's just how it is. And you are escaping from the Blight, which is the focus of Dragon Age Origins, but we're running from it here in the beginning of Dragon Age 2. And you're running, you're like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. So you run to Kirkwall, because you have other family there. What do you mean? What are you talking about, Soot?
What do you mean? It's Hawk.
It's Hawk with an E.
Yeah.
Very important.
I don't. What is he trying to get at? What is this bit?
I have read this exact joke today again. I apparently haven't.
Yeah.
I hate it.
God.
It's too late. Oh, beans. I don't like this joke. Put it back.
Ban
What are
him
you, mobile?
again.
So you run away from the Blight, la-di-da-di-da, and you cross the ocean to get to Kirkwall, which is a city in the Free Marches. Peh. I can't talk anymore.
Take
And
a
now
sippy, Belle.
everything...
Take a sippy.
Take a sippy. Fine. Kels takes care of me. See this? See this, chat? Nobody else takes care of me.
Yeah, I took one with you.
I gotta take 2
Oh my god,
sips
T.
now.
Thanks. Okay, so now everything that goes on in Dragon Age 2 is after Dragon Age Origins. And the events of Dragon Age 2 are a little bit more static than the events of Origins, so a lot more of this is the same no matter what. It's just like different flavors of how you get there kind of thing. Although there's a lot of like side quests and stuff that still have some pretty big outcomes that can vary. But the general like main plot is pretty linear.
Right.
So we already talked about places being anti-mage, but Kirkwall is like the center of corruption for like, man, those Templars have way too much power.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. So Kirkwall itself is extremely anti-mage. The Templars are basically running the city. And in addition to that, we have a whole bunch of Qunari who arrived in the city looking for a holy text, and now they're just kind of camped out in the middle of town.
Basically, it's the safest city ever.
It's just the best city to live in.
Yeah, there's also spikes on the ground. It's great.
It's just fantastic. And when Hawk arrives at Kirkwall in the middle of all this like tension and stuff, you have a couple people that you meet here. You have Varric, very nice dwarf. We love
Varric.
him. He's the BFF of everyone ever.
Oh, I love Varric.
We love Varric,
Yeah.
yes. We have Isabella. She's a pirate lady. She's hot. Thumbs up.
Very
Ooh.
hot.
Very hot. And we have Anders.
Hi.
Anders is Nerd's favorite.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anything she says about Anders.
Why not?
So he is a Grey Warden and a mage, but he has run away from being a Grey Warden. He doesn't want to be a Grey Warden anymore.
Oh.
And he instead is spending his time as a doctor for poor people, basically.
Oh, that's
Isn't he
nice.
so sweet?
Yeah, seems nice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, very nice.
It's super nice. So we're broke as fuck because we just ran away from the Blight and we had to leave all our belongings behind, and also we had to bribe our way into the city. Okay, and also the Templars are giving us the hard side eye because they hate mages, and in Dragon Age 2 you have siblings, and you either are a mage or your sibling is a mage, one or the other.
Oh.
Because which sibling is with you depends on what class you play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have two
Oh.
siblings, and one of them will always die in the intro. But which one of them dies depends on what class you played. That way, you always have a mage with you. That way, there's always a reason for the Templars to be looking at you side-eyed, like, "Are you a fucking mage?"
Rude.
Yeah, yes, that's right. If you do play a mage, or if you have any mage in your party, you just roll up with your fucking glowing staff and your light show hands and whatever, and you're like,
It's
nah,
like-
I'm not a mage. It's just a trick.
Yeah, just a little parlor trick. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I got a busted leg. I need my walking stick.
Yeah. We're going hiking later today. I just needed to have it with me. Yeah, and the Templars are like,
Okay.
well,
There's literally some Templars that you fight side by side with. They're like, oh man, those mages.
Yeah, it's really funny sometimes. But okay, so we're super broke and we're trying to get some heat off of us from the Templars. So we're like, all right, Varric, we're gonna go with you on your brother's expedition into the Deep Roads, which are like old tunnels built by the dwarves, but now they're overrun with darkspawn. So we're hunting for treasure, basically.
Yeah.
Oh no! Varric's brother got mind controlled by an idol made of red lyrium and left us to die underground.
Oh no.
Oh no! Well, anyway, we made it out. We're rich now, so that's great.
Yeah.
We'll deal with the whole betrayal thing, and we'll deal with it later. What's red lyrium again? Okay, so lyrium is like an addictive substance that is mined from underground, and it kind of has like magic cancellation properties. And there's not really anything more to know about it. It's just like a magic substance. Let's put it at that.
Forbidden rock candy.
Forbidden rock candy, yes. And red lyrium specifically is lyrium that's been infected by the blight. Because it's normally blue.
Yeah.
Was he mind controlled by someone else using a red lyrium thing, or was he mind controlled by the red lyrium itself?
The red lyrium itself, it like corrupted his brain. Basically, would maybe be a better way to put it than to say mind controlled.
Right.
Probably. Yeah, I probably should have wrote like mind corrupted by an idol or something. Me when I drink down 2 code red. No! Okay, so, well, we made it out. We're rich now. The betrayal thing, yeah, we'll just put that on the back burner and talk to Varric about it later or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, Act 2. Hey, remember those Kunari I mentioned? And how they, well, technically they arrive while we're... They get more, like, riled up while we're in the deep roads. And you know how I mentioned the hot pirate lady? Well, it turns out she's got the thing they're looking for. Or she had it, I should say. And they're not very happy about that. So they fuck shit up because they're like, we need our book back.
Yeah. They really need that book back.
They need the book. So there's a couple different ways this can play out. But TLDR is that Hawk manages to get them to leave either by driving them out like with violence or like with a duel or just handing over Isabella, and the holy text is an option as well, potentially. But that's not really like all that terrible, except that they also killed the Viscount, which is this guy on the left here.
Oh.
Yeah. God damn it.
Remember to play Dragon Age.
Play Valgard. So the Viscount is the guy who runs the city, and he died. The Kunari killed him. So now the Templars are not just basically in control, they just straight up are in charge. So we've got the Knight Commander Meredith. She's now in charge. Oops. I thought I had a picture of Meredith, but maybe I have it later.
Yeah.
And this guy in the top right here, by the way, is the Arishok, so he's the guy leading the Kunari. I like him.
He looks intense.
He sits on a table all day. It's great.
It's great. It's fantastic. He looks cool while he's doing it. You know, he manages to really pull it off. It's impressive.
Yeah, you don't even notice it's a table until later.
Yeah.
I think
I need you guys to find me a picture later.
Yeah. I couldn't fit like big pictures in, so everything is like headshots.
That's totally okay.
So we have the Knight Commander Meredith, which is the, you know, leader of the Templars in the city. She's just straight up in charge of the city now. She's running this place. She took power immediately as soon as the Viscount died, and the Kunari left. She was like, all right, this is my town now. Cool.
Yeah.
Also, turns out Nurse Boy Anders is possessed by a spirit of justice. Except that it might be transforming into a different type of spirit, or possibly a demon, which is vengeance instead, because everything in Kirkwall is so fucked up.
Oh.
And he's like, man, this is terrible, and the way that mages get treated is terrible, and I'm a mage, and I care about other mages, so this sucks. So because the way that spirits and demons work, demons usually take control like violently, but spirits can be sort of housed in your body. And they don't necessarily take control, but they do affect like who you are and your actions, and they can take control if they choose to. And they can be turned into demons, because demons and spirits are like two sides of the same coin, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, so a spirit can become a demon. we've not seen a demon become a spirit, but in theory, it should be possible. In theory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. There's Meredith. So Meredith is down here in the bottom left.
Oh.
Yes, and so she's in charge, and the mages and the Templars, the like tension between them, because the mages are not happy to be, you know, oppressed and treated like scum of the earth.
Understandable.
Is there some physical transformation when the spirit takes control? You'll see that later, Shotten. You're ahead of the curve here.
Rein it back in a little bit. Slow down there, partner.
No, they're not magical girls, although that would be hysterical. I wish the Anders had a magical girl transformation.
Oh
that
my
would
god,
be incredible.
I love that.
So Hawk is kind of caught in the middle because Hawk, having driven out the Kunari, has become sort of a prominent figure in Kirkwall. They're now an important person, and they sort of get like both sides are trying to recruit Hawk. So the mages want Hawk to side with them, and the Templars want Hawk to side with them as well. So while all this tension is continuing to ramp up, Anders, what do you have? A bomb? No! So Anders, this is him when he's getting controlled or like possessed by the spirit, and then the spirit's like taking over. He gets all of these like crackly lines all over him, and his eyes glow blue and shit.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he goes,
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Except that he goes full terrorist and blows up a portion of the city.
Oh my god.
Specifically centered around the Chantry. So he blows up the church, and part of the city with it. And it's specifically in order to sabotage any chances of a peaceful resolution between the Templars and the mages in Kirkwall. He's very like, there can be no peace.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Exactly like that, 100%. He just wants to secure his job as a doctor.
Oh my god.
That's some crazy job security right there.
Job security.
So this kicks off the mage rebellions. So all around southern Thedas, so like in Ferelden and Orlais and those kind of places, the mages. This is a while after this event happens, but when Kirkwall starts fighting itself, basically, other mage factions, other mage circles start rebelling as well. And also in like the other Free Marches cities, but you don't really hear a lot about them. Mostly Orlais and Ferelden.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then okay, so that red lyrium idol that Varric's brother had, there's a picture of it here on the right.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So it turns out Meredith got it somehow, and it also turned her crazy. So So, she, we gotta kill her. We gotta put her down.
Oh, no.
So you kill her, and it's kind of like the culminating fight of Dragon Age 2. And, when she dies, it kind of like turns her into a red lyrium statue, because she's had this like red lyrium idol for so long that it's like become too like connected to her, and so it just straight up turned her into a statue too.
Jeez.
Yeah, so in order to prevent other people from getting like corrupted by it, they close off parts of Kirkwall, and it becomes like a big thing about like finding out how to deal with the red lyrium, because clearly nobody is safe from it, because both dwarves and Templars have been infected by it.
Right.
Which the dwarves are, you know, supposed to be like moderately resistant to the lyrium. That's why they're the ones who mine it.
Yeah. But the red one's like super fucked.
But the red one's like super fucked. Correct. 100%. And then Hawk and everybody go into hiding because, wow, they were wrapped up in literally all of this.
This is so
Her and
sad.
Anders live happily ever after. You can choose to kill Anders at the end of Dragon Age 2, but obviously, Nur is just going to go live happily ever after with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could never.
Never.
They just turn crazy and want to watch the world burn, or like they have a specific goal in mind. It's related to, so it basically plays off of whatever their own desires are. So like in Varric's brother's case, Varric's brother wants money and success. And so when Varric's brother locks all of you down in the Deep Roads, it's basically so that he can take all of the findings for himself. So it's more of like it twists them and their desires into being more extreme. So where Varric's brother might not normally take that option, the idol sort of influences them and encourages them to like betray and steal and do whatever necessary in order to get everything that they want and everything for themselves. So in Meredith's case, she's very anti-mage, very she wants power, she wants control, she wants mages to be locked away. So it makes her more extremist against mages and more like she will let go of her morals to get what she wants. Like she doesn't see anything wrong with being more evil to mages kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Super extremes.
Yeah. Yeah, so they become morality and ethics are kind of thrown out the window because they will do whatever they have to get whatever they think is right.
Chaos.
And then somewhere in the middle of all these events, because this is a DLC thing, Hawk goes on a little escapade and has a fight with a blighted magister named Corypheus.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Yeah, pretty much. As a reminder, a magister is a mage from Tevinter who is part of the magisterium. So that's the ruling body of Tevinter, not just any mage from Tevinter. Ooh. Specifically, they were somebody in charge.
Very important person.
Very important person. Not just anybody. Now we're in Inquisition, and wow, hey, that's a familiar face.
Whoa, that guy looks... What? Did we just see this guy? Whoa.
Oh my god.
They wouldn't put a DLC character as a major part of the next game, right?
There's no way.
No way.
No way.
They would never make DLC important.
That's just silly.
Yeah.
What if you don't play the DLC?
Yeah, what if you don't know?
What if you don't know?
Whoa.
Ah, fuck. So in the aftermath of Dragon Age 2, like I talked about, all the mage circles start rebelling, and it starts the Mage Templar War all across southern Thedas, which southern Thedas, again, is like Orlais and Ferelden, and kind of the Free Marches. They're kind of on, like, the border. They're in the middle. However, there's a big thing here, which is that the Templars are normally under the control of the Chantry, but they have gone rogue as well. So the mages have risen up against the Templars, and the Templars have broken off from the Chantry.
Oh my god.
So the Chantry is now separate from the Templars, and the mages are now separate from the Chantry. Everybody's gone off on their own little thing, except the Chantry's like, oh, fuck, we didn't want any of this. And now we have what's called the Conclave, which is the very beginning of Dragon Age Inquisition. Which you've played Inquisition, right?
Yes, but it's been a while, so I don't remember specifics.
Okay. Yes, so the Conclave is a meeting that was kind of orchestrated by the Chantry. So the Chantry is trying to kind of rein things back in, to try and kind of resolve the war, get the Templars back under their wing, that kind of thing. So the Divine, who's the special pope of the Chantry, has called this meeting the Magical Pope.
Magic Pope. What is your wisdom?
Well, it kind of explodes from pondering an orb too hard.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of wisdom because she died.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah. When you press new game on Inquisition and it does that big explosion, that is literally the Conclave exploding.
What?
Yeah.
It's pretty metal. That's like one of my favorite things about Inquisition. It's so cool.
Oh my God.
It is a really good intro. Like the title screen is stellar work, honestly.
Mm.
I'll have to look at it
Genius.
again.
Hmm?
I'll have to look at it again.
Oh, yeah, I mean that would be an easy thing to look at because all you have to do is start the game up and hit new game.
Yeah.
No, it is not Anders, Shodden. It's not Anders. So you, the soon-to-be Inquisitor, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and you're in the Conclave when it explodes.
Oh.
Nobody on Discord can hear it, but I was clapping. And now you have a hole into the Fade, which is embedded in your hand. Because you touched the orb. You touched the orb that made the Conclave explode, and now you've got a hole in your hand. It's like straight up like if you've watched Inuyasha and you know the monk guy, and he's got like the black hole in his hand.
Oh.
It's just like that, except it's a the Fade and not a black hole.
So it's just like a green strobe light coming out of your hand all
Yes,
the time.
there's just green light coming out of your hand all the time. And it is kind of eating us alive.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I was about to be like, ooh, handy flashlight, and then it's like, oh, it's eating us alive. Never mind.
So, there's kind of a matching hole, but it's in the sky, and it's pouring out demons and shit. So that's not good. And it's
Not
right
ideal.
over where the Chantry was. Not the Chantry, the Conclave was. So, you know, big
Suspicious.
explosion, bad.
Very bad.
Very bad. Say something while I take a drink.
And also, the sky is green for a little bit of it. Because literally like a hole into the Fade. So it's like a big tear in the veil where like green
gosh.
strobe lights are coming out.
Yes.
Demons.
Yep. So that veil that's keeping the Fade separate from our reality just has a giant hole in it now. And we meet a bunch of people. Varric is back. We love Varric.
Yay!
Yay,
We have Solus. He is an elven apostate mage. So reminder that an apostate... Saying apostate mage is kind of redundant, but I don't know why I wrote it that way. An apostate is a mage who grew up or exists outside of the Chantry circles.
Right. That's the
and
egg,
hey, remember-
bald egg guy, right?
Bald egg guy.
Yeah.
Correct. We all hate him.
Oh my god. Yeah, I followed someone on Tumblr who was obsessed with him, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll try to get to know him when I get into the game. And then, like, he hated my ass because I was an elf mage, and I was like, man, this guy is an asshole.
That is incredibly funny because the elf mage is the one that he's most, like, inclined to like.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he was so rude.
Yeah, that's just Solus.
Yeah.
It's like a billion times worse if you're anybody who's not an elven mage.
Yep.
Oh my god.
He
Yeah.
just calls you
it's-
ignorant the whole time.
Yeah,
It's
he
just
calls
so
you
funny.
ignorant and he's very racist against anybody who's not an elf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
You can only romance him if you're an elf.
Yes. He won't romance anybody who's not a female elf specifically.
Oh, sorry. He's also straight. That's
yeah, he's also
point
straight,
against
which
him.
makes him just so much
Cringe.
worse.
Yeah.
So that is my thing. I termed that phrase. He's Evan Selk without the Riz.
So just stealing bits too, damn.
Okay, so yeah,
Damn.
Corypheus.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Corypheus is back. God, fucking. Why did I put so many images at the top? Corypheus is back. He's got the orb. It turns out he's the big bad of Inquisition. And he's one of the original Magisters. We already talked about what Magisters were recently. That broke into the Golden City in search of power. Now, as a reminder, the Golden City is supposed to be like a palace-ish thing inside of the Fade where the Maker lives, and the Maker being God. Okay, so
Right.
this motherfucker broke into the Golden City to try and take power from, basically to try and become a god himself.
Right.
And well, instead of becoming god, he became blighted. So the Golden City became the Black City,
Oh.
which is
Ooh, blight.
where blight supposedly came from.
It's not good.
But somehow, unlike all the rest of the Darkspawn, he's still in control of his mind. So
Huh. He's
Yeah.
cheating.
he's what?
He's cheating.
He's cheating!
Yeah, he's cheating.
Yes and no, Sean. He wasn't alone when he did it, but he is one of the, like, there was a group of people, a group of these magisters who broke into the city together. But yeah,
As
he's
far-
one of the people who was responsible.
As far as we know, he's one of the, like, the only or one of two magisters are still, like,
They're
have
still
their
alive.
sanity. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
still alive and have their sanity.
And yeah, and intact mind, relatively speaking. This guy is super fucking old, Sean. Like,
Old as dirt.
this guy is ancient as dirt. But he's still alive because magic and blight shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, so in Dragon Age 2, you find him like sealed away, and Hawk thinks that they killed him, because you like unseal him and you fight him and you think you killed him, but and then Inquisition happens and you're like, wait a second, it's that motherfucker.
It's that dude.
Yeah.
We killed
yes,
him.
he was a random DLC in the second game.
Yes.
How many
Correct.
This is a
times do we
game.
have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Many times, apparently. So he's somehow still in control of his mind, even though he's got the blight, and that's why he looks really gross and disgusting.
Icky.
Yes, you unsealed him in the
very icky.
DLC in Dragon Age 2, and then you thought you killed him. Correct.
Is there a reason why you unsealed them? Like,
So in the DLC, the place that you're going to explore in that particular DLC is related to Hawk's father, who
Right.
is dead and has been dead for a long time. And so you kind of go there to investigate, like, how it's related, how this place is related to Hawk's father.
right.
So you're not going there like expecting to find a sealed up magister. You're just going there to find like pieces of your heritage, shall we say.
Oh, okay.
So he uses red lyrium, which is the thing that, you know, corrupted a whole bunch of people in Dragon Age 2, and he uses it to corrupt Templars and control them, and then the mages he also kind of controls as well. They're taken over by demons, or like mind controlled, or also using red lyrium. You know, there's all sorts of ways you can take control of people in Dragon Age.
Wow.
Yeah, but the Templars specifically are corrupted by red lyrium. Now technically, in the story of Inquisition, you choose a side to save. Either you pick to recruit the mages or you recruit the Templars. But in the end, you fight both of them under Corypheus's control. It's a silly thing where like it's a one scene is cosmetically changed depending on which side you picked, and that's about it.
Inquisition's very much a nothing really matters in the end kind of game.
Inquisition is like the story is relatively important to Dragon Age as a whole, but the choices that you make in it don't really matter, unlike in the previous 2 games where you had a little bit more impact.
Is that why Inquisition is like, I feel like it's generally considered like not a fan favorite in the series?
Yes, correct. Yeah. Inquisition graphically great, and the gameplay not terrible, but the story is by far the weakest of the 3 games.
Yeah, like initially Inquisition was very, very popular. Like it got Game of the Year when it released and stuff, and people really liked it, and I liked it when it came out. But it's one of those things where during your first playthrough, you're very, very impressed, but then when you actually look under a hood and realize that not a lot of things matter, that you're like, oh, this is actually not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very honestly, I liked when I first played Inquisition, I liked the characters. I liked, a lot of the side content, but I was never very like the main story never got me. Like it never hooked me. And when you go back and look at it, you realize, wow, the main story is extremely short.
Yeah.
And it's padded out by all of these side quests and having to gather a resource in the game is called power that you get from exploring and doing side quests and stuff in order that you have to use in order to advance the main story. And so if you take all that forced, like, and they're not good side quests, they're like fetch quests. There's a lot of fetch questing in Inquisition. If you take all of that out and all you're left with is like this very short, very railroaded, there's no, like, the game starts with the height of the conflict and then goes down from there. There's no there's no rising conflict, there's no climax, there's no resolution even, really.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Because there's no unless you play the DLC, there's no epilogue.
Yep.
You win the fight and you're done.
Yeah, I remember feeling like at the end of the game I was like, oh, that's it, and then there were like some couple areas that I could explore that had some other side quests, and I was like, I don't really want to do more side quests.
Yeah. So it's a very rough game in many aspects. The only thing that really carries the game, in my opinion, is that a lot of the companion characters are very good.
I did like the companions.
Yeah.
The companions are very, very good, and like probably some of the better romances in the series, I think. For Inquisition, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it depends on your tastes, your personal
it's all
preferences.
Up to taste, but I like a lot of the. I think they're all pretty like excellently paced.
Yeah, I do think Inquisition has some of the strongest companions in terms of like characterization and story.
Yeah.
Okay. So we close the hole.
Hole closed.
Hole is closed. Close that hole.
Close it up.
And Morrigan's also around. She gave us some help. And sorry you and your adopted mom Flemeth don't get along, Morrigan. Hope you work on that. Hope that gets better for you. We beat up Corypheus. World is saved. Yippee! Woohoo! We did it!
Woo, yay!
But wait, there's more.
Oh.
Wow. Dragon Age 2. You really put that important character in the DLC, huh? Surely you wouldn't do the same thing again, would you?
They wouldn't put important story details in a DLC they had to pay extra money for, would they?
Would they? Ain't no way.
A second time?
So, we're done here, right? Nah, actually, this whole Inquisition thing was a really shitty plan for Solus to try and get his power back, because he's not actually just some random bald elf guy. He's actually the Dread Wolf, or Fen'Harel, which is one of the elves' gods. And on top of that, he slurps up Flemeth's soul, which that's, you know, Morrigan's mom.
Yep.
And so yeah, also it turns out that she's been carrying around the soul of an elven god this whole time too, without telling anybody.
Flemeth?
Yes, so Flemeth, the old grandma, very powerful grandma who likes to turn into a dragon sometimes. Yeah, she's just got a god's soul carried around with her.
Okay.
Oh my god, Soot.
Yeah, so he's like, well, shit, my plan to rip open the Fade using Corypheus as like a pawn didn't really work. So I don't have my power back and I need my power back, so I'm gonna take your power. And she's like, ah, shit, well, all right. So she lets him. She doesn't fight back. She lets him slurp up her soul.
She's just
and
cool
she
with it?
dies.
Damn. She's just cool with it? She doesn't mind? She doesn't care?
Oh yeah, they have this whole scene where he's like, I'm sorry, our people need me, and she has this, yeah, she's like, yeah, that sucks, and then he stabs her and takes her soul.
Yep,
okay.
Right up.
Slurps it right up. And then the Antam, which are the Qunari military force. So there's a lot of in Dragon Age in general. There's a lot of organizations having like a faction rebel against them. It seems to be a common thing in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
So the Antam go rogue from Parvalan, which is the Qunari country. And they kind of splinter into a whole bunch of smaller factions. And they start wrecking shit without like direction. Because now they have no home. Like they can't go back to Parvalan, so they have to go somewhere else. So in order to have somewhere else to go, they fuck shit up and take over places.
Oh.
Yeah, and one of their things was they tried to attack Orlais, which is why it's relevant here, because we were in Orlais. And we're like, wait a second, you can't do that. So we stopped them. But there's other factions of Antam wrecking shit elsewhere. The only ones we stopped were the ones in Orlais.
Damn.
And then, so we beat the Qunari, and suddenly Solus shows up. Like, no, there's no segue. He's just suddenly there.
Yeah. He just appears out of nowhere.
He just appears.
It's wild.
He walks out of a mirror and is like, hey.
What the hell?
And so you know that hole in our hand that we had?
Yes.
So he's like, yoink. That's mine, actually. I need that back. So he takes the Inquisitor's arm, like her whole arm.
Yep.
Yeah, because the mark on our hand has been... You remember how I said it's eating us alive? Well, it's been spreading up our arm.
Yes.
So he takes the whole arm. And on the one hand, hey, at least we're not dying anymore. But also now Solus has the power that was in the hand.
This is not good.
So it's not great. And he's like,
Kinda
it was
cringe,
mine anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then, so the Inquisition disbands, either because you choose to or because the countries force you to. You really don't get an option. And then they're like, well, we can't just let Solas go and fuck shit up, so I guess we gotta keep hunting him down. Even though we've disbanded the organization itself, they keep like a small group of them to continue the hunt for Solas. Because he's trying to tear down the Veil. Now, reminder, Veil is only thing keeping us from the Fade, which is where all the demons and shit are. So if you take down the Fade, we're gonna have a bunch of demons and shit. Also, by the way, it turns out the tattoos the Dalish all have are actually ancient slave brands.
Whoa!
And also, you only learn this detail if you romance Solas.
Correct.
He doesn't tell you
my
otherwise.
God.
It's
Oh
so
my
shitty.
God.
Correct.
Will he romance you if you're Dalish?
If you're an elf in Inquisition, you're automatically Dalish. You don't have an option, unfortunately.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
shitty.
Yeah. So if you have the tattoos and you romance Solas, he will tell you about how the tattoos are actually ancient slave brands of the different, because the elven gods are actually not really gods. They're just like ancient mages, basically.
Oh.
And they were super powerful and they had people under their control. So the tattoos like marked who belonged to who. And if you romance him, he actually takes them. You have the option to have him remove them from your face.
Oh.
Did you miss some god section? No, because there's not really anything in... Oh my god. It's one of my biggest things about Dragon Age is that they don't really ever teach you about the elven gods unless you're like reading in depth in the codexes.
Yeah.
So the only thing you know is that these are the names of gods. Fen'Harel is the Dreadwolf. He's supposed to be the god of lies and tricks. Shrug. That's all you ever hear about him. That's all you ever learn about him.
Trickster god.
Yeah, Trickster God.
Trickster god. And then there's Mythal. Shrug. She exists. She's an elven god. But a lot of that it ties in is because, like, I explained this earlier, that the elf culture is lost. Like, 99% of it, and this is why they don't know that the tattoos are slave markings, is because they're trying to, like, piece shit together with, like, broken tablets and you know, ancient things that they're just, it's sort of like History Now. You know, where archaeologists will uncover something and they'll be like, I think this was for XYZ, and then it actually turns out it was a dildo or something. That's exactly how the elf culture works, is that they're just making some guesses based on whatever the fuck they find. Yeah, it actually binds them to a god, yes. It's not just symbolism. Yeah, they were in the original, back in the day, according to Solas, at least in Inquisition, they were actual like you couldn't go against them unless you had something that would like break you free of it.
Yeah.
Which is what Solas's whole like being able to remove the markings was about.
Does he tell you who your markings belong to, or?
No, because it depends on what you chose in the character creator. Yeah.
Right.
So, no, some random god can't come back and go yoink, your will is mine, because they put the tattoos on themselves. But the tattoos that you get in the modern day of Thedas aren't magical. Well,
They're just like regular tattoos.
They're
in the
basically
modern
just
day.
regular tattoos. They have a special process for it, but there's nothing in it that's like inherently magical or inherently bound to a specific god. It's just that back in the day, yes, they would have been magically applied.
Yeah.
But to Solus, you know, it's like looking at somebody with a fucking slave brand on their face.
Right. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and also in the romance is just a funny little tidbit. After he removes your slave bindings, he breaks up with you.
Oh yeah.
What?
yeah. Solus is like, we can't be together, and just drops your ass.
Why?
Like literally removes your facial tattoos
Yes.
and leaves.
Yeah, he drops this bomb that says like, hey, by the way, your whole culture is a lie, and you're wearing slave brands on your face. I'll take them off for you, and then I have to leave.
Yeah.
So, like, if you keep them on, does he still stay with you?
No, he breaks up with
No.
you regardless.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's really funny.
Solus's romance always ends with a breakup because he has to go be evil Dreadwolf god.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
He's so cringe.
He's
Hate that guy.
incredibly cringe.
I hate that guy.
10 years later, Dragon Age of the Veilguard.
Let's go!
So
Yippee!
like literally Trespasser has had a like a cliffhanger ending, and then we were just left with that for years.
Yes,
What the
yeah. And we were
hell?
like, are we actually getting another Dragon Age game?
So you knew. You had faith.
Well, you know, we're used to waiting 10 years for a game.
Yeah, it's in our blood.
Mood.
All right. I hope
It's
you were
time.
paying attention. I threw this slide on there last night.
Oh no.
After Squishy made a comment about asking if there would be a quiz, I was like, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I was streaming Veilguard in Discord, and I alt-tabbed to the PowerPoint, and I made this slide. And I was like, shh, don't tell anyone.
Oh my god. I wasn't writing down notes.
All right. And Ner cannot answer because she already knows all the answers.
Yeah,
Or
I
she
do.
should. I'll be concerned if she doesn't.
Wait, I don't know this one. Something I'm blind. I can't read.
Okay, who blew up the Chantry?
The Pope. Pope exploded. Does that count? Was it the orb that made the Pope explode? Wait, no, that's the Conclave. Anders!
Anders, you did it. You got there. You got there. You got there. Yes. Okay.
fucking
No,
guy.
the Pope got exploded in the Conclave.
The Pope did it the whole time. Man.
The Pope did it to themselves. Okay, yes, it's Anders. Yippee! All right, what does becoming tranquil mean?
You can't do magic, and you got cow brand on your forehead, and you have no emotions.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yippee! No more fade for you.
No more fade. Bonus point for anybody who remembers that dwarves are not connected to the fade to begin with, so they can't become tranquil.
Or are they tranquil by default?
Ooh.
That's a good question, Kels.
Oh.
Perhaps you will learn more if you play Veilguard.
Is it a $70 game? I might buy it.
It's $60 on Steam. It's only $70 if you buy it on like the like PS5 and Xbone or what's the new Xbox called? I don't know. Regardless, it's $60 on Steam.
Yippee! Okay, I'll put it on my.
What does Sarebas mean?
Is that the Kunari mages?
Correct.
Thing, boss's thing.
Boss's thing. The dangerous thing.
Dangerous thing.
I'm so impressed with Kals.
Yay!
I'm very proud. She was listening so intently.
It was so fun to learn, genuinely.
Are mages like gods and super strong, or can you brute force your way through with martial skills? What's the power level in this universe? Well, mages are not all equal. You can have like a weak mage, and you can have like a strong mage. And you can have different sort of types of mages in a way. Like there are certain mages who are called dreamers, where basically they have a specialty in like entering the fade and like being what is it called when you're still in control of yourself in your dreams?
Lucid?
Yeah, lucid. It's like lucid dreaming, but in the fade.
Oh.
And so some mages have like that kind of power, and it can it gives them different like possibilities than other mages and things like that. So mage is not like a one size fits all like, oh, you're super powerful, or you're whatever, you're, you know, it's just like anything else. There's a lot of variation in it. So yeah, you could absolutely brute force your way in some situations. And if you play, like, for instance, you don't always play a mage. Like, you choose your class. So you can play, like, a warrior or a rogue. And if you think about it, you really are just brute forcing your way, because you don't have, like, Templar abilities to resist magic or anything. You're just swinging a sword.
Just really good at swinging that sword.
Just so good at swinging that sword. So yeah, you can absolutely brute force your way with martial skills. But mages have, I guess I would say mages have a greater, like, potential in Dragon Age lore, because they have the ability to do stupid shit. A higher ceiling of power. Yes, exactly, Sean. Thank you. Yeah, just like that. Theoretically. Obviously, since it's video game mechanics, it doesn't really work that way, because you power scale no matter what. Like, every class, every person gets stronger no matter what.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What's Solus's goal?
Oh god.
Be a horrible boyfriend.
Well, he wanted his power back.
Yeah.
And he wanted the arm, but that's to I guess get like his full strength back.
Yeah, so he wants to get his strength back, but it's specifically in order to tear down the veil.
Okay.
Yeah, so he wants to. It's stupid. Final answer. Oh, you're so right, 1010. So he wants to tear down the veil. That's his goal. Is he wants the Fade and the real world to be one thing.
Does he ever explain why? Like, does he just believe like they shouldn't be separated because of some like weird magic juju he's into, or?
So this gets really into what Veilguard is about, so I really don't want to like go too much into it.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to sift through like what was in Inquisition and what's in
I know,
Veilguard.
nerd. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like, what? How far did they explain in Inquisition? So the veil, I'm absolutely sure they explained this in Inquisition. The veil didn't originally exist. It's a construct.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
somebody put it up.
Somebody put up
Yeah.
the veil, and Solus wants to take it down.
I see.
Yeah, basically the Dragon Age version of I just wanted to be back when like the good old days.
Yes, yeah. he is literally Emmett Selk without the Riz.
Zero Riz, like
Zero
negative
Riz.
Riz even.
He wants everything to go back to how it was.
This guy sucks.
This guy sucks.
Yeah, right?
Yes, so to restore the world to what it was before the Fade was separate by tearing down the veil. So the Fade was originally not separated from the rest of the world. It was just part of the world.
I feel like it would make more sense if it was like, oh, if it wasn't separate anymore, maybe there wouldn't be a blight, but he's literally just being an old man about it.
He's literally an old man about it.
He's literally an old man about it. And this is more like connecting the dots. It's never said specifically in Dragon Age, but you remember that Corypheus invaded the Golden City, and the Golden City is in the Fade.
Yeah.
And Corypheus came back blighted.
Yeah.
So the blight exists in the Fade. So it wouldn't get rid of the blight anyway.
Yeah.
Watch Solus die being consumed by some demon in a random DLC that sets up the big bad evil guy for the next game in 2035. That is literally my
They
worst
would do
nightmare.
that.
We're so
Dude.
afraid. We haven't gotten to
I'm
the end of
very
Veilguard
afraid.
yet. So
Yeah.
we're
We'll
both
see.
like on the edge of our seats, like, please don't be a cliffhanger.
How
can't-
long
can't
do you
handle it.
think Veilguard is like on average, like a playthrough? Do you know?
We're still playing it. Right now I'm not done with the game and I'm 50 hours in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it's
I mean,
long.
You do have to keep in mind that both me and Nur are like obsessive. We're 100%ing this game, like
Yeah.
checking every nook and cranny kind of thing because we're
Yeah,
That's
like,
good
you're
because
getting
it
all
gives me
everything.
it gives me a good marker because I like to do that too.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So I'm. Let's see. How long have I? I'm almost at 50 hours.
Let's go.
Let's fucking
Though,
go.
obviously you knock an hour off because I've had it open this entire time. Well, actually knock 3 hours off because the hour
my God.
before stream started plus the 2 hours currently going on. Okay, I think we have one more question on here. Where does lyrium come from?
The what are they called? Like the Titans?
The
Titan
Titans!
blood?
Correct.
Titan blood?
Correct!
Yeah.
Lyrium is the blood of Titans! Yippee! That was it. That's the end.
The only question I didn't get was about Solus because I don't care about his ass.
I know. Literally me when I played Trespasser the first time. Like, just, I don't care about that guy.
Oh my god. And now we have a whole game about him practically.
I know.
God.
It's a good
Yeah,
thing
they-
that everything else in the game is so good.
Yeah, it's very much like Solus is Bioware's special little boy, and it's really aggravating.
It does feel that way. Mimi,
Find out
hi.
more about Eggman. Hi, Mimi.
Okay, is there anything you guys want to ask about? Chat or Kels?
Do you have any questions for two experts?
Yeah. Ask them questions if you have any questions, chat.
Or if there was a question that I missed answering in the middle of the thing?
Yes.
What
What
is
is
Manfred?
Manfred?
Oh,
Our
I'm so
special
glad you
little
asked. Our
boy.
special little boy, but he's from Veilguard.
He's from Veilguard, but he's our special little boy.
I feel so validated by the amount of tabs that you have.
He's our special little boy.
He's our special little boy.
Oh my god, he's got
He's
disco eyes.
adorable. Show me the image. There you go.
Look at him. He's handing you a fancy little thing.
Handing you a little lantern.
Yeah, so
We
you
love
can
him.
see.
I have glasses that look like that. That's crazy. Guy's got fashion.
He has so much
He's
fashion.
a fashionable little guy.
He's so cute. He's so sweet.
We
Love
would
him.
do anything for Manfred.
Anything for Manfred.
I just
right
learned
on my
about
stream.
Manfred. I would do anything for Manfred also.
Hell yeah. Let's see. I'll show you another thing. You wanna see a cute little baby? There's a
It's a
cute little baby
chicken.
for you.
It's a little baby.
It's a little
A little
baby.
baby Griffin.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a baby.
Oh, Shotten, in Veilguard, the party size is 3, so it's yourself and 2 other people.
Yes, but in all the other games, it's a party size of 4.
Yeah.
Why is
So
it so
it's-
small?
I don't know.
You do have less companions. Well, no, I think
True.
it's about the same as Dragon Age 2, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Apex Legends.
Fucking Apex.
Oh yeah, it's the same exact party size as in Dragon Age 2 if you include Sebastian.
Ah, I see. I think it's just that it was easier to manage as far as like having the companion interactions and stuff be between 2 people rather than having it be like a 4 party, you know?
Mhm.
So I think that was probably a big consideration. And the way that combat works in Veilguard is fairly different from the previous games. It's a little bit more action RPG.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Instead of, it's not so tactical as the previous games. What do you do with the party members you don't have with you, or does the game want you to? The game wants you to swap them around.
Yeah.
There are quests that will force you to take certain like a certain party member with you, and you'll get more interesting dialogue if you take a party member who is relevant to the quest rather than just some rando. Like if you have a quest about Darkspawn and you take the Grey Warden with you, he will have more to say about it than if you take the Necromancer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're, like, at
Ironbolt does
camp,
have
yeah.
the biggest boobs. It's true.
I think
Iron
he's
Bull
got the
definitely has the
biggest
biggest.
everything.
Oh, he does.
So true. Size does matter.
You are Velender's little Veilguard Scrunglows.
So
Your whitey elevation is explaining. Yeah, so my little Scrunglow in Veilguard is Harding. I think
is Harding,
she's very
which
cute.
shit. Oh fuck. I'm trying to bring up her picture right now. Paste and go.
Yeah,
this is Harding.
She's very pretty.
She's very pretty.
She's
She's
adorable.
actually in Inquisition, but she's a very minor character. She's just like a scout that you occasionally interact with. But she otherwise doesn't really have any role of importance in Inquisition.
I like her freckles.
Oh, she's so pretty.
She's very pretty and she's very cool. And if you're interested in the Titans, then you should hang out with her. My little Scrunglow is Lucanus. I don't know. Pick this one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ready for a nut?
My little Scrunglow is Lucanus. He's an Antivan Crow, so he's Walmart brand Spanish assassin.
Yeah. He mispronounces Spanish words all the time. It's pretty great.
It's very funny. Okay, wait. What's Shotten's? And you have to sense that, or the game encourages you or gives strong hints about the best. You have to sense it. It's one of those things where, like, it's pretty simple, Shotten. Like, when you meet a character, you know what their whole thing is about. Like, for instance, you meet the necromancer guy, and he's in a crypt, and you're like, man, I'm doing this quest that has to do with, like, undead and spirits. Maybe I should bring the guy who's an expert in undead and spirits. Like, it's very simple. It's a very one-to-one, like, cut and dry sort of relation, not like a super, you need in-depth knowledge thing to understand.
Mm. Yeah, Lucanus is very handsome.
Lucanus is very handsome, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one
I
that
never
Czech
see
was...
like temple moles often.
Huh?
Like moles on the temple. It's not very often I see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think his design is very interesting as far as that goes. And honestly, the characters in Veilguard in general are like more they're not so perfect in appearance, and I think that makes them a lot more interesting.
If you could assign me a Scrungalow, who would it be?
Oh man.
Like to romance?
Yeah, like who do you think I would be interested in based on vibes?
Can I get like just like a lineup of the... Here we go.
Yeah. Let's just like do a rundown first and see what you're most interested in.
Man, that's a shitty image quality.
Yeah, it's a really shitty image quality.
God damn it.
It's so fucking crunchy.
Oh wait.
Why don't they have a fucking group picture that's in like... I mean, they have the one of them around the table.
Oh, the one around the table. Okay, that one works.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't even like register. Oh my god, it's tiny!
It keeps
that
getting
one's got
more...
people cut out of it.
Hello?
Oh, here we go. 1920 by 1080.
Thank God.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Yeah! Okay. So, let's just go through who these people are, because that's, like, not spoilers. So, I'll start left. Left, we have Davrin. He is a Grey Warden. He is partnered with Asan, which is that little baby griffin that I showed earlier.
Oh.
We have Tosh. They are a Kunari, and they're like a dragon expert. Not really a dragon slayer, just a dragon expert. We have Balara. She is a they're called Veil Jumpers. They're not a group that's really talked about until Veilguard. But basically they're just experts in ancient elven artifacts. Their thing is like trying to fix them and, you know, uncover new secrets and stuff like that. We have Emmerich, who is he's kind of like a professor of the undead. So he's like they're called the Morn Watch.
Yeah. He's a senior necromancer.
Yes, yeah, he's a senior necromancer, yeah. We have my Scrungalow. I already said he's the Antivan Crow, so he's the Walmart brand assassin. We have Harding.
I do love how he dresses.
I know, I love him. We have Harding, the nurse Scrungalow. She is a scout dwarf who worked with the Inquisition. This was in the trailer, so I guess I'll kind of mention it. She is discovering that she has some very unique powers for a dwarf.
Oh.
Yes, yeah. And then we have Nev. She is a mage who works with an organization called the Shadow Dragons, which are basically rebels in Tevinter trying to make it so mages aren't in power in Tevinter, because it sounds like, oh, well, at least the mages are in power in Tevinter, but the mages in Tevinter are like super corrupt, and slavery is legal in Tevinter, and you know, things like that. So it's really not a great place either. So she's part of a activist group, shall we say? But she's also like a detective.
Yeah, she's Walmart brand Sherlock Holmes.
Walmart brand Sherlock Holmes. So true, actually. Hold up. This art style looks so realistic and yet like a DreamWorks Pictures animation at the same time. Yeah, when I first saw the art style, it was a little jarring, but when you give it a second, you're like, wait, actually, I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's very stylistic realism. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so who do we assign for Kals? What I know about who Kals likes, she likes G'raha Tia and Roxas Kingdom Hearts.
I like Axel Kingdom Hearts.
Axel.
Oh, Axel. Sorry, I knew it was somebody from Kingdom Hearts.
Boy is what Check is suggesting. Which there isn't really like big wet pathetic men here.
There's
like
really
all of them
not.
are fairly competent.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the point, is that your team is like a team of experts. They're all experts at different things. So Harding is like, she has a lot of contacts with different people, a lot of like information network stuff. So does Nev, but they're kind of two different types of contact networks. He's an assassin, so his profession is killing people.
Yeah.
Emmerich is a expert on the Fade and like spirits. Bellara is an expert on artifacts. Tosh is an expert on dragons, and Davrin is an expert on darkspawn and monsters. So they're all very competent in their own ways. So there's not really anybody who's super pathetic.
No pathetic scrunglow for I.
Yeah, I would say I'm kind of leaning towards Davrin.
I think Davrin would be the closest out of these bunch.
I'm between Davrin or Lucanus. I'm kind of like, well, am I just leaning towards Lucanus because I'm biased?
No, you'd be right. I think he looks really cool.
But yeah, I'm like, you know, Lucanus has more of the look that I think Kals would go for. And he is kind of pathetic because he's got this whole like, he's got a situation, shall we call it? I don't want to say what it is.
There's a situation going on.
He's got a real situation going. And he loves coffee.
He loves coffee.
He loves coffee. Takes his coffee
drinker.
very seriously. But Davrin is a bit more like, he's got pathetic single dad vibes.
Oh yeah, he's a kind of a pathetic single dad.
Yeah.
The baby griffin.
Aww. This bodes well. This bodes well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say one of those two. I actually like Emmerich a lot. The only thing that puts me off is that he's old. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not like Nur. I don't go for old people.
Howard.
But Emmerich is very like gentlemanly, and it's kind of cute. It feels like it would be like a very old-fashioned romance.
I'm actually on my second playthrough. Whenever I get to it, I am going to be romancing Emmerich.
I
love Harding though. I love her so much.
So valid.
So exciting! I can't wait to get into it whenever I can.
Join us.
I do enjoy how much you guys are enjoying the game. Like, it makes me happy that you're like hyper fixated on this right now.
Oh yeah, we've been consuming nothing but Dragon Age.
Nothing but Dragon Age for days.
Yeah, ever since it came out, we've been locked in.
Locked in. We still haven't finished, which is crazy.
It is crazy. I was expecting to finish it yesterday. I was like, no, I can't do it. I'm not done yet, Vel. Like, whenever I think I want to do more main story, more side quests just keep popping up, and I have to keep having to do them.
I love more side quests as long as it's about my Scrunglos.
Yeah, they actually matter in like an Inquisition.
That's crazy.
I'm glad.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been very sweet how everybody's been like, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the game so much. I don't go here, but I love that for you." It's very sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Ultra, you're almost halfway with the codexes. I'm not sure how far I am with the codexes, actually.
It's so easy for you to look at it.
Don't look! 52%.
Okay.
Hey.
I don't know how much I'm into the Codex game. I don't have the game open right now.
You know, I love the thing with the Dragon Age and the tarot card aesthetic. Like, it's so.
Oh yeah,
man,
Yummy.
yes.
Like
I
one
love
day I
my
think it'd be
brain.
really cool to get like a tarot card commission. Of,
Yeah,
it, but, like,
there's a lot of Dragon Age artists, like fan artists, who became artists specifically because they wanted to emulate that tarot card style.
Oh,
yeah,
my
it's really
God.
cool.
Yeah.
There are a lot of like really good artists that came from Dragon Age.
Yeah. Getting a tarot card commission has been like something I've wanted to do for a long time as well, but I've never done it because unlike Nur, I don't really have super specific Dragon Age OCs. I don't know what it is. I've never like been able to formulate one.
Yeah, all of my Dragon Age playthroughs I have very specific OCs for. I just build them as I play. I don't go in with a OC created for it. It just kind of like, I'm just gonna play the game and create a character based on vibes. And that's what I do.
And normally I do the same kind of thing, like, because I have like a Final Fantasy XIV OC and I've kind of built a lore for her as time has gone on. And I've done the same thing with like other franchises as well, but I don't know why I've never managed to do it with Dragon Age. But my God, I want one so bad. Also, yes, this is my little Dragon Age Scrunglo.
Yeah, Belle's character looks awesome.
Thank you. My tracking
You're
is broken
welcome.
because I've sat up.
Oh no.
Oh no! It's fine. I'll just move my camera. There we go.
Yeah.
I can make us full size again.
Oh, true.
True.
There I am. Shoop. Oh no, Kels is underneath the.
I don't need a body.
There we go. I fixed it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Oh, she's peeking. Oh, she peeking over.
Oh, she peeking.
Watching you and your scrunglos.
Kels.
Yes.
Would you like to play Veilguard?
I think so. After learning all the
I'm
lore,
watching her pull up Steam right now.
wait.
She's pulling up Steam. She is typing in Veilguard. There she goes.
Don't you dare!
Oh, there she goes. Oh, she's adding Veilguard to the cart. And
Wait, you guys are gonna be able to see my whole ass everything. Oh, that's fine. I trust you guys. Wait, why does it? Oh,
wait,
because
wait,
I'm not online. Shit.
Yeah.
Go online. Is it
You
gonna
also have
kick
to
me off?
mark it as
is.
a. You also have to mark it as a gift, not for your account.
Well, you're enabling me right now.
I gotta refresh the page.
Okay.
There we go. This is a gift.
Callus is just watching powerless as this happens right in front of her eyes.
Wait.
Oh my God. This is beautiful.
This is a true work of art.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Mysteriously, Callus is like receiving a gift in like a minute or something. I don't know why. Like this is insane. I
This
just have
is
like
so much.
I have a premonition of something that's gonna happen soon.
That's
my
crazy!
God.
Ain't no way!
Ain't no way. I must be just like making things up. I'm daydreaming.
A prophet? The virus
Yeah.
is a prophet.
I'm rebranding right now.
Oh my good Val. Thank you.
Go get a scrunglow.
Oh,
Go!
we're gonna find
Obtain
out.
Strunglow.
Here, take the scrunglow. Have fun. No point, Gal said yes, I'd love to.
What do you mean? I asked her if she wanted to
Oh
play
my God.
Veilguard. She said yes!
Yeah. Yeah.
I did express interest.
Uh-huh.
That is true. Do you want to play Veilguard? From Vel.
Whoa, we got a gift? Whoa, that's crazy.
Oh! Well,
Oh
I
my
know what I'm doing
God.
on Wednesday. Sure.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful. All according to Keikaku.
Thanks, Vel.
I did not plan that,
Of
by the way.
course you
I did not
would.
think I was doing that ahead of time. I just was like, you know what? Sure.
Why not?
It's a generous crow. Generous with her time and gifting friends.
The game is in your hands right now. Of course you'd like to play.
Go
But yeah,
do a Veilguard crime.
But yeah, thank you so much, Vel, for putting this all together. Like, this is a lot of effort to, you know, combine all your knowledge into a PowerPoint. But I had so much fun. Like,
I'm
you know, learning more about
glad.
Dragon
It
Age.
means it was all worth it.
Yeah.
And of course, thank you, Nier, for also offering your expertise and being here with me.
Yeah, of course. I would do anything to explain Dragon Age.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to not play Dragon Age to talk about Dragon Age.
Thank you. You know what I'm doing right after stream ends? Dragon Age.
Me too! Oh my god, that's crazy!
Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa! You know, Callus, you could also be playing Dragon Age.
I
after the
could!
stream
I have to
ends.
install first, but I could!
You certainly could.
I will take me like at least 4 hours to make a character.
It's so true. Honestly,
That's how long
okay,
it took
so
Vel.
the character creator in Veilguard is like actually probably one of the best character creators I've ever like
Yeah, it's
used.
fantastic.
It's really
Really?
good. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is good, but it's also kind of
A little restrictive.
it's restrictive because in order to have good quality, they sacrificed like choice, right? Because you choose from a preset selection of like heads and preset all the rest of this other stuff. But Veilguard manages to like have a really nice middle ground. Like you could definitely make a monstrosity if you wanted to. But the dang it. Hold on. I was gonna go into character creator, but Steam doesn't like it when I have multiple
No.
multiple instances of Steam up.
Match.
Yeah, I did stream the character creation. There was that. But like you can have like different lighting and all sorts of things. The one thing that I think is kind of restrictive still is mostly the colors for like the hair and the eyes. But
yeah, it's very restrictive.
Yeah, but you can, like, if you finagle the settings really well, you can get your wild colors. Like, I managed to get gold eyes. I saw a way to get, like, purple eyes and stuff like that. You just gotta really work with the settings to get what you want in those kind of cases.
Damn, I'd be in there for 8 hours.
I kind of wish that they had a way to, like, save appearance settings.
Oh yeah.
Or like be able to like transfer them. I think that would be really neat, but obviously most games don't have that, so.
Yeah, the only game that I've ever seen it be a thing with is Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, and I kind of wish they brought that back.
I wish they had more of that, because that was really cool.
It's a good concept.
I want my funky little, like, 7 million character long code that gives me my character.
Yeah, why not?
I love it. Why wouldn't they give it back to me? My 7 million long character code that gives me my shepherd.
The very specific shepherd of your desires.
Yeah, it is my specific little scrunglow.
And nobody else can have the same exact scrunglow, even if they have the same exact settings.
Yeah.
What?
My scrunglow.
My scrunglow is better than your scrunglow. What?
Oh my god. Oh no.
Sorry, I just had a snack, so I'm.
Okay.
I had my post PowerPoint snack, like a little treat.
You always deserve a little treat.
Thank you. So what's the plan now?
Well, I'm trying to see if I have space to install this right now. But
Oh my
I
gosh.
do have to eat dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, she do.
My
she
plan
do
is
need
gonna go play Dragon Age.
go eat. Go
Yes.
play Dragon Age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I guess we'll just go ahead and wrap up because I don't think we've got anything else.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again.
Yay. Do you guys have any streams coming up? Things to talk about?
Nothing special, just art on Tuesday. I guess Dragon Age now on Wednesday. Looking forward to talking with you guys about Veilguard things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's ever anything that comes up in Veilguard, you know, that you're like, I don't remember what this means, or I feel like this means something, but I don't know, you feel free to ask us.
Yeah! Will do.
Yep. And as for me, tomorrow I have Otome Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, as always, and on Saturday I'm playing Void Stranger.
Didn't you finish Void Stranger?
I finished the first part of it. I thought I beat it, but then another section of the game opened up, so I'm doing that.
Oh.
Oh.
It never ends.
Oh no. Okay, well, come to Nerd's stream on Saturday if you want to see me have a meltdown while she does puzzles. Nur also has something coming up later in November, so you should definitely follow Nur.
Oh yeah. In November 23rd, I have a charity stream. It's going to be 12 hours from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, and I am playing Ancient Rome and Power of Darkside for the entirety of it. So
It's a very
please
cursed
come and-
game.
So please Please come and donate your money.
Yippee!
Yippee!
For charity!
Yippee!
Yippee!
As for me, I don't really have anything coming up because I don't know when my next streams will be because I have crazy work for the rest of the week. But if I'm lucky, I will try to sneak a stream in on either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yippee!
Yippee!
More
And
Veilguard
of
time?
course, you know it'll be Veilguard.
There was no question there.
There was
It's
no
Veilguard.
question about that. But then after that, you know, my usual stream times are Thursdays and Fridays, starting around 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm going as long as I fucking want.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else big coming up. It's really just Veilguard until I'm all Veilguarded out. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kals, for learning about Dragon Age.
Yeah, thank you for putting in all the effort to teach me. Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you, Nerd, for coming to be my co-host.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nerd.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Thank you for asking questions because, you know, it's kind of like going back to being in school where you have this presentation and at the end you have to ask, oh, does anybody have any questions? Because that's what you have to do and the room is just dead fucking silent.
Oh my God, yeah. I've been through that.
So I was very happy to have so much participation from other people in chat. It really made me very happy. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And I will see you guys whenever I see you. Shot and go to bed. Thank you for hanging out, though, for so long. Oh, we gotta find somebody to raid. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, shit.
Shit.
Oh,
yeah, that part of streaming.
I don't know. Hanayome. They're doing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Anna, let's go.
Okay. Exclamation point raid.
Miss Crow.
Hanayome. Okay. Raid Cal, she will now stream 7 hours of character creation. Okay, so if you are subscribed to me, we do have a raid message with a caw, which is one of my emotes, so you can use that.
Oh, wait,
or
I'm
you
subbed
can
now.
use the raid message with the gem if you're not subscribed. So everybody has no excuse for not being part of the raid. Okay?
Let's go.
Uh-huh.
All right, bye!
Bye.